What's up? I'm the Panda Photographer. Good evening. Let me back up a little bit. Sunday. Let's talk about Sony and a new adapter. Let me tell you, as a Sony shooter, using A mount for a very long time, sort of disappointed on Sony's decision to make an adapter but not issue firmware updates to older cameras that need the firmware update. So, take this video with a grain of salt, Sony shooters. I'm shooting with Nikon, Canon, Micro Four Thirds, and Sony. And I've been using the A mount system since 2000. What is it? The DSC1, I believe it was. The first camera that had an EVF, and it was ahead of its time. Yeah, but the A77 Mark II has been causing me issues. And the last two videos, when I was actually calibrating the Sigma 18 to 35, it worked it perfectly when I was calibrated. But today, when I was using it, it was inconsistent. Mind you, I didn't touch any settings. That's just the camera just doing what it wants. And that is because it has a autofocus problem with third-party manufactured cameras. Now, that's not Sony's responsibility, but even with Sony lenses, it causes to hunt, or there's focus breathing issues. But with that said, everyone, I'm the Panda Photographer. Subscribe, like, and share. Hit the notification button if you want to get notified when I start making uploads, or when I upload a video or do live streams. My bone today to pick with Sony is so justifiable. Because I've been asking Sony through emails and chats. I even went to Photo Plus and asked them, when are you guys going to actually release a firmware update? That was 2018. Have we seen any answers? Nope. But we get a new adapter that still most likely would not function with screwdriver lenses. What's the fucking point, Sony? Alright, I'm going to show you that article. Just give me 1 second. Because it seems like YouTube wants to not notify you guys that I'm live, and then wants to notify you when I'm posting content that's not really related to my channel, but it is, because as a documentarian, it's sort of my thing. Alright, we're gonna monitor these comments, and not only that, let's go flip to this article here from DP Review. Now, take this with a grain of salt. I know some of you guys don't like DP Review, but listen, the platform is there for us to read, be knowledgeable, educate ourselves, so take it with a grain of salt. Alright, as I was going through this, I don't even want to watch the video because it's just insulting to A mount users. But, you know, here is this part of the article. Despite the ability of the power, non-motor screwdriver lenses limited to the A7R4 and the A6300, and I read where it's going to be limited, where you might not have that flexibility to use screwdriver lenses still, which is pointless, Sony. If I'm mistaken, please correct me in the comments. I don't mind being corrected, but I just feel like they're doing the same thing over and over again. But why don't you just firmware update the previous adapters? Which I used the LA-EA5 with the Minolta 200 f2 in manual mode. I confirmed this with a friend, and San Jose, he was like, no, that wasn't the 2, that wasn't the 4, that was the 3 adapter, and we shot manually because it wouldn't work. And I was like, I don't recall that. But then now I took a nap earlier today, and I had a dream about it, and came back in my head, and it kind of sticked that this is kind of disappointing as a Sony A mount shooter, that Sony is not issuing firmware updates for cameras. So how much are you going to pay for this adapter? How much would you pay for this adapter? Because right now, retail price says it's about $250 bucks. But prices for other adapters are not going down. Let me show you. We go to Amazon, we see the LA-4 is still $318. Just $30 shy from 300 and what is it? Or actually, 300, is it $250 they say? Yeah. Retail suggested price would be $250 for this adapter. So why is the LA-4 still overpriced at $318 on Amazon? Okay. The first LAE adapter is $179. Why are the prices coming down for these adapters? That's another thing, Sony. Why are you not slashing prices for these older adapters that pretty much are useless for screwdriver lenses? I just don't see the point. But the reason why I'm making this video is because you got all these Facebook groups that emphasize they the best photography channel. They want to emphasize certain things about certain camera manufacturers and how they pursue when producing a product for us. And I just feel like the 5 adapter is just, it's not needed. Because how many of you actually are shooting with A-mount lenses right now with the LA-EA5 adapter? How many of you, honestly? How many of you own A-mount lenses other than myself? How many own A-mount lenses right now that's shooting with E-mount? Would you make the investment to go buy A-mount lens? Now keep in mind, Minolta lenses are screw drive based, which is mechanical in a sense, or well, it is mechanical because screw drive based. I love that 200 f2.8 Minolta lens. Now keep in mind, no, I'm going off the head with this, but I just feel like Sony needs to also address some of the camera problems that some of us have been having lately, or been having for years, but Sony doesn't want to address it. So with that said, everyone, I don't want to make this live stream too long because I got other things to do. Because obviously, you know, people are asking this question about earlier's live stream about what photographer are you talking about. See, the thing is that I will discuss real life situations on this channel. But if you guys can't put 2 to 2 together, think about it. I'm going to digress on that topic. But as I said, stop being lazy. Alright, I put the effort into doing this. You should too. But don't sit here and post and then link me on a... Here's another thing I thought to talk about. You link me to a live stream, but you want me to subscribe to you, which I already did months ago, but you never watch a single video of mine. That's fine. But how dare you ask... Never mind. I'm not even going to talk about this. Ouch. Yeah. Photographers got some nerve. That's all I'm saying. But with that said, everyone, Sony, please stop it with these antics with these new adapters to get us to spend more money for something that we might not even use. I know I could use it if I did have another E-mount. I sold all my E-mount camera bodies. Why? At the time, if you guys were aware, in New York City, where I had all those A-mount lenses, I was robbed. My studio was robbed. Yeah, that was like 3 years ago, dude. Where you been? This is why you guys don't pay attention to the channel. If you know me, you know I had a bunch of A-mount lenses. All was stolen. So, with that said, everyone, this here is a joke, Sony, in my opinion. You won't be able to actually have an adapter that works with screwdriver lenses still? I'm insulted. It does say that it will be compatible with certain cameras, like, for instance, A7S3, A7 III, A7R3, A7R4, up to 10 frames a second, A70, the A6100, what's the A6000? The A66, the A9, A9 II, both up to 10 frames a second with that adapter. So I'm not sure if that is going to benefit you. But then again, 10 frames a second is not that bad. And the A7S III already? So Sony had this planned out. Apparently, they had this sorted out and planned. But just read the article from DP Review. But if you go on the SonyRumors.com website, on the 31st of August, they said Sony might release a new AE adapter. But here's the thing. I stopped following this. I stopped following this forum or this website or rumors because, like, look at this article. It's just short. It doesn't actually give you any clarification. Like, oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Just no. No. Don't take this Don't take this personally. But I'm not interested, Sony. I don't think a lot of people are going to be interested either, especially hardcore enthusiasts, maybe some pro photographers that have the money to dish out to actually buy it. But on the average photographer that is currently using E-mount and thinking about what A-mount lenses that can shoot, they're not going to invest in glass that they can spend money on that. They can spend that money on better glass that are better today, because who wants to actually invest in vintage lenses? Not everyone does, but most of us do. But we only have very little. You guys get what, 1 or 2 vintage lenses and then call yourself like, oh, I shoot with vintage lenses. If you saw on this channel particularly, I did several videos about vintage lenses. We're very popular, got over 50,000 views, mind you. Manual lenses, I shoot manual 95% of the time. But in my opinion, Sony, eat a bag of dicks. This is insulting to A-mount shooters. Release adapter, but you don't release a firmware update. This is like Uncle Roger, my favorite Chinese uncle, says like, when you cook rice, you don't cook rice in a pot full of water. You use a rice cooker and you use the finger technique. 1 cup of rice should get you to that line of water. Why are you? It's almost the exact same thing. People do something, do the opposite. People know how to fix it, but they refuse to fix it. They know how to do it properly or prepare it properly, but refuse to do it or prepare it properly. This is Sony. It's like the same thing as making rice. You know how to make rice, but you refuse to do it the right way. But this is Sony. Refuse to make good rice the right way. Hey Sony, I'm using your rice, but guess what? There's no water. There is no water. Thank you. Now I can't eat it because it's so dry. Ooh, starchy. But anyway, guys, I just want to nitpick on Sony and let Sony know, as a Sony shooter, this is why I abandoned Sony. It's just, I feel insulted. You know, I spend money on you guys. I spend money buying your products, and then I buy a camera. And this is what I was expecting when I bought the A77, because everyone talked about it. Good semi-sports camera. 12 frames a second. 12 frames a second, yes. 2004, this camera was shooting 12 frames a second. High burst. It's a semi-sports and wildlife camera. It is good. And then, December 2014, Sony released an update that kind of screwed up a few things. And I noticed it. 2015, I made a video about it. 2016, 17, and 18. Then I stopped. Then I took an absence, and I decided I'm tired. I can't breathe, Sony. Seriously. But, you know, a camera should last you 10 years. Should last you 10 years. Not 2, not 3. But then again, I got this camera repaired twice, because I'm not a pro shooter with Sony, and I don't have membership with Sony, and I refuse to do it. So I took it to someone that knows how to fix a camera, and also agree with me about the articulated LCD screen. That's a flaw. Sharp edges. That's how that cable broke. That's why the LCD screen don't work. too many sharp edges. So, but with that said, everyone, I know this is a rant, but this is a positive rant. Because I've been begging Sony for firmware updates for a long time, and so does other people, and they just gave up. You know what they did? They sold their cameras and got rid of it. This is why I'm stressing. Not a lot of people are going to buy this adapter and buy A-mount lenses right now, when there's so many lenses on the market right now are killing it. And people want sharpness. People want a reliable autofocus system. They don't want the adapter just like start doing weird stuff and start posting and hunting and focus breathing. Yeah, the A3 adapter did that quite a few times. But with that said, everyone, I'm Panda. Thank you for watching. If you guys disagree with me, that's fine. But I want an update for my camera. But if you guys are curious, I am shooting with the Sony A77 right now with the live stream, with the Sigma 1835, and using manual mode. And guess what? It's not capped at f3.5 anymore. Ha! Thank you for that, Sony. At least you did that right. See you guys.